Thank you for calling the Office of the Clerk of the Supreme Court, Court of Appeals and Tax Court. If you are calling about a case in the Marion County Circuit and Superior Courts, please call 317-327-4740. You may press 0 at any time to speak with a clerk's office staff member. Press 1 for our office hours, mailing address, website, filing fees, and other general information. Press 2 to speak with one of our...
Appellate Clerk's Office, may I help you?
Yes. So I have a case in the appellate court. It's versus Prevail Inc.
Okay.
And
Do you have a case number?
yes, I do. Are you ready? 24A-SC-02269.
What is your question, please?
So my question is this, ma'am. I have sent in a few briefs. Now, I've sent in 2 briefs. They said the first one was defective, and then they just sent me an email said notice of defect not cured. And they're saying I didn't put a date for my certificate of service on my brief. And I'm looking at my brief right now, and it has a date on the certificate of service with my name signed next to it.
Let me look at it. So on the 12th page of your document, sir, where it says certificate of service,
Yep.
there is no
There is no signature, you're saying?
There's a date next to your signature, but there's not a date stating when you sent the documents using U.S. Legal Pro e-filing service.
You said on page 12?
It looks like it's page 12, right at the top in bold. It says certificate of service.
I see.
The brief and appendix, but you don't give us a date there.
I have brief and appendix to the appropriate parties using e-file or U.S. Legal Pro e-filing service. It says Prevail Inc. Attorney.
I get all that, sir. But in that sentence that you just read, there's not a date.
At the bottom of page at the bottom of page 12, do you see signed 12/2024?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's
You do see that?
I see that, but does not mean that that's the day you sent it. That's the day you signed it.
That's the same day.
We don't know that because there's not a date at the top where you said that you sent your document.
It does say, but anyway, I guess we're splitting hairs here. So you want me to resubmit a document that is signed because the signature isn't in the right place, is what you're telling me?
No, that's not what I said at all. What I said is that the date that is next to your signature signifies that that's the date you signed. It does not signify that that's the date you sent your document. At the top of your certificate of service where it's the brief and appendix to so-and-so, you don't give us a date there. So you could have sent it yesterday, you could have sent it last week, you could have sent it whenever.
I mean, I guess that's an argument between me and the clerk's office because using e-filing pro U.S. Legal Services, they are saying that my envelope states the date that I sent this document is the same date that I signed. So I can't make a date ahead of that time and even before that time, really. So how do I...
Looking at what the e-file system says, sir, we're looking at your document, and your document, according to the appellate rules, is what needs to be compliant. And so within your certificate of service, there needs to be a date as to the day that you sent those documents.
Hey, what's your name?
Sherry.
Sherry, it's good to meet you. Okay, so now there is a signature on page 12. It says 11/12/2024. Where would you like that to be signed?
I'm not referring to your signature at all. I'm referring to that top sentence where it says the brief and appendix to the appropriate parties using Legal Pro e-filing service.
Signed. 11/12/2024. That's when I sent it. That's when I signed it, and that's when I sent it.
Sir, and you said splitting hairs. I'm actually trying to make you be compliant with the appellate rules. And the more you continue to argue, the less time you have to fix things.
Well, the more hold on, excuse me, Sherry. Miss Sherry.
I did not finish my sentence. I'm going to keep talking until you
I didn't finish my sentence either.
Yes, you did.
Sherry, no, I did not.
Okay, we're going to continue. We're going to finish this conversation. I've answered your question.
You haven't answered my question.
Certificate of service.
You haven't answered. Okay, so it is about the signature, where it's at located. So you are splitting
That is
hairs.
not what I'm saying at all.
You just said that. You just said, hey, I'm recording this conversation.
Good, thank you.
Good.
The date by your signature does not count as the date for your certificate.
Does not count. What are you, a school grade teacher now?
Is there any other questions you have, Mr. Milford?
Yes, I have another question. But before I file a lawsuit against the clerk's office, I have a question. So what exactly, since we are splitting hairs here, how exactly is the appendix not formatted properly? Could you tell me that one, Sherry?
Well, let's look at the defect that was sent to you and what it states.
Yeah, we'll figure out who has a defect here.
You might want to change your tone.
I'm not going to change my tone because I'm about fed up with the entire system here in Indiana.
Okay.
You are a public servant, ma'am. Do your job.
I am.
You're not supposed to argue with people who are asking for basic questions to be answered.
I'm going to discuss this situation.
And you're not supposed to give legal advice. You're not supposed to give legal advice either.
I'm not. I'm giving processing information that you choose to ignore.
So hop to it.
Then it's not an appendix.
So why do I need an appendix?
Your appendix is the documents that were filed into the trial court case that support your argument. If you feel there are no documents from the trial court case that support your argument, then you don't file an appendix. But the other party.
Where does it say that on the rules of appeal?
Say what?
That you don't have to include an appendix. Because if I don't have to include appendix, then just take it off and accept my documents. Because there's a signature on my brief.
A signature within your brief does not align with a signature within your service information.
Is there a difference in the date that it was served and the date that I signed?
Could be. That's why we require the date.
Okay. So you're telling me I don't need an appendix now?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's your choice to not do one. If you choose not to do one, that's your choice.
Okay, that's my choice. Well, I don't see that anywhere in the Indiana Rules of Appellate Procedure. I don't see that anywhere. Can you point that out for me since we're on the phone? Where I can choose not to include... Since I can choose not to include an appendix, apparently. I don't see that anywhere.
I'm not saying that it says that. I'm saying you have the choice to do that. It's up to you.
Where does it say I have the choice to do that, Sherry?
I'm not saying that the rules say that, sir. You have the option to file whatever you prefer to file.
I filed what I gave you.
Again, Mr. Mills, I'm going to stop conversing with you. You have a nice afternoon.
You take care, Sherry.